Good morning to each and every one of you. Welcome to our broadcast. Welcome to our check-in this morning. We hope that you guys are great. We hope that your families are great. Wherever you're joining us from around the world, we're checking in with you folks this morning. We got a few days left on the clock. We're being out of our jurisdiction, and then we're going to be back in familiar territory talking to you folks. But we're happy to be here with you guys this morning. Folks, it's Boxing Day. It's Boxing Day. I know in Guyana, Boxing Day, it's a holiday. It's not so, at least in the United States. I think in England, it's a holiday. Right? The British, we inherit that from the British, it's a holiday. But for us in Guyana, it's a holiday as well. But for those of you who are in the north, as I am now, it's not a holiday, and so people are off to work and all of that. We feel it for you guys. We feel it for you guys. I know they say we backward, but we got the holiday. Good to have you guys here with us this morning. Thank you. I saw a huge response to some photos I posted over the holiday. I saw a huge response. So we had dinner here at Christmas Eve night, and because folks work on Christmas Day as well. In these parts, the gifts were opened on Christmas Eve night as well, and we had a thorough time. And the folks have asked for forensic audit because our little son, Sin Zaid, he seemed to walk away with the most gifts this Christmas. He had about 10 to 15 gifts, and it's nothing short of a miracle, you see. We had a great time as a family. My first Christmas in the north. The weather has been kind, and I'm grateful. The weather has been kind, I'm grateful. I got a couple of days left on the clock, and then we're back. We're back on familiar territory. We're back on familiar territory. And don't feel anyway if you hear different songs. It's a working environment. It's people might be passing in the background and so on. But we're happy to be here with you guys, just checking in, wanting to know and to see how you guys might have spent Christmas. No doubt, you're either now waking up in the process of getting breakfast done, Boxing Day breakfast, or it's concluded. It's already concluded. But wherever this morning finds you, we hope that you guys are great and you guys are good. We are looking forward to being back in familiar territory, and we're going to be hitting the ground running and taking you guys along with us as well. We are looking forward to 2026, just like the other person, just like you guys. Looking forward to 2026. We're going to be on for about 20 minutes or so, checking in with you folks from this end. We got the pepper pot simmering. I had beautiful pepper pot for breakfast yesterday morning, had pepper pot for lunch. And folks, I had pepper pot with bread, pepper pot with rice, just the way I love it. Just the way I love it. You see that trip we took down to Atlanta, Georgia, for that pepper pot meat and the cook-up things? It was worth it. it was worth it. Right? It was worth it. They prepared that pepper pot. It was scrumptious. It's only because you don't really want to operate a certain way because, you don't want to get a bad name. You understand me that we didn't really and truly partake the way we're accustomed to. Right? But I had several servings, and I would tell you, no doubt it was the same with you guys. Anybody burn the pepper pot? Anybody burn the pepper pot? Huh? If you burn it, every spoil is a style, you see. Every spoil is a style. We don't waste nothing. Us as Guyanese, we come by things too hard. We don't waste. We don't waste. We got a t-shirt, a jeans, what have you, curtains, cushions, Christmas tree. Now they'll be for a long time. 10, 15 years, you see. In these parts, they got a little different. But let us talk about some things this morning. A couple of things I want to draw your attention to. There's an interesting editorial in Sabbath News yesterday. I think that went to the crux of the matter. A very interesting editorial. Right? Just like you, just like us, they've been observing all of the different things that have been happening in this Christmas season. Or the gift giving, the toys distribution, and all of it. They've been watching all of it. And the contention is, all that is good, no trouble with all of that. Right? No trouble with all of that. But we got to do things a little different. Because if the merriment and the betterment is only for Christmas, we're in a bad place. We're in a bad place. Sabbath News pointed out the kids that were at State House eating the KFC that are in state care. And the amount of children. Because we talk about that. The amount of kids that are in state care for such a small country as ours. My God. That's another story right there. But there were gift givings, and I saw several places. And like Sabbath News, I find nothing wrong with that. But charity can't just be once per year. Us trying to bring joy to the lives of people, merriment to the lives of people, can't just be once per year. Folks, I'll say it again. The trouble we have in Guyana is that a lot of systems don't work. Too many systems don't work. The systems are engineered, right? They might be operationalized, but then people just don't follow the system. And that's the trouble. I see so many, I don't want to say many, quote unquote many, people are involved in building homes. Men on a mission, for instance. First Lady. The President himself. Right? Why we got a housing ministry? Central Housing and Planning Authority. Why we have it? Maybe all we need in Central Housing and Planning is a benevolent department that can hear complaints of people who have fallen on hard times and can look after themselves. Right? But systems. As I said, all of it, no contention. So when the trolls and so on, this good box in the comment section to box with us, understand what we're saying. Understand what the contention is. We have no contention with those issues in and of themselves per se. The plea is for systems to work all year round. Thousands were crying out for a cash grant. to put themselves in a better place. Thousands of persons. Have they been put in a better place? Have they? Even though they were promised. Even though they were promised. Have persons been put in a better place? News Source has an article I saw yesterday, if not the day before, I think it was Boxing Day. Shoppers crowd Georgetown, but complain of slow sales. Complain of slow sales. So you got a lot of people moving around. Just this morning I was looking at, somebody was showing the movements also in Corriverton on Christmas Eve. Thankful for that person. One of our creators, influencers. Christmas in Corriverton on Christmas Eve. Busy, busy, busy. But anybody buying anything? Anybody buying anything? When the sellers are complaining of slow sales, maybe they were expecting a cash grant to filter down to them. And that is precisely what the article said. Vendors attributed the slowdown to the rising cost of living and the absence of the anticipated second tranche of the cash grant for 2025. How things went by, y'all? Economically, this Christmas, how things went by, y'all? Right? How things went by, y'all? I hope it went well. We did say to you on Christmas Eve, don't bother. If you didn't get all the ingredients for the pepper pot and the blinds and the cushions and the, I don't know, we still very much into, at one point, the chair backs had to be knitted. Are we still into that? If you don't have all of that, don't worry yourself too much. Don't worry yourself too much. Spread yourself out so that for the new year, for 2026, right, you're able not just to survive, but to thrive. Not just to survive, but to thrive. I know lots of you, lots of people are going to say, we can't even survive, thrive. How are we going to do that? By creating the policies that enable people to do so. Creating the policies that give people a hand up, that give people a helping hand. I dare say, give people a helping hand. Some people need a helping hand. I saw the president, Muhammad Irfan Ali, President Ali, at a Dharam Shala every year. And it seems that before oil and with oil, the Dharam Shala getting the same amount of benevolence from the government. The same amount of benevolence. Now, if my memory serves me correct, the people at the Dharam Shala, they don't just come for Christmas. This benevolent organization operates all year round. And yet, we're given a 3 million. In the age of oil and opulence, immeasurable wealth in this country, Dharamshala, place that has been in existence for a long time, still gets these paltry sums. We ought to change that. That is why I said, we got to create the enabling policies that help us to do so. This country must not work for just a few. It must work for all of us. I note the Minister of Legal Affairs and Ghana's Attorney General, Anand Lal, says, according to DPI, the government has, as I said, robust legislative national agenda to modernize, right? And that this must be reflected in contemporary legal and economic realities. My God. What have we been talking about all this time? Brothers and sisters, What have we been talking about all this time? We had one sitting since the government was re-elected on an uneven playing field in 2025, September 2nd, September 1. They came to the National Assembly on the 3rd, and we never saw them again. And they're claiming they have so much to do, so much for the Guyanese people. Where is the best place to do it? Not in the august halls of the National Assembly. They came to roll out a 5-year economic plan. And where did they do it? They don't even want to come in the National Assembly. With a clear majority, they don't even want to come into the National Assembly. They choose to stand on the outside instead of taking the people's business where it rightfully belongs, inside of the National Assembly. And yet, the Attorney General says major legislative reforms are planned when for 2026. And you will come and see how disrespectful they are. They want to come for one day, and then they want to pull an all-nighter, as against spreading themselves out. So we wasted the last 3-4 months, basically. Wasted the last 3-4 months. When you can come and treat the people of this country with respect, treat the parliamentary staff with dignity. We have families too. And you come and you want to go right through the night, and then those folks got to get up and go to work. For the same time the next day. Is that fair? We have enough time legislatively that we don't have to pull no all-nighters. If we straddle the work, if we plan, if we organize, if we truly serious about bringing the people's business before the National Assembly. I'm interested in doing that. People are busy building big mansions in Region 6, rivaling the Ambanis of India. Huh? I look at one of those aerial photographs at what is the minister's house and look across the street. Look how many lots the minister's house sits on. Because when you look across the street, there are 4 houses. There are 4 houses opposite the minister's lot. Right? And the minister's lot seems like a I don't know what you call that. There's an 8 house because it spans the whole width. So on that lot you could fit 8 houses. All built within the last 5 years. Have your living conditions improved? Folks, if we're not going to do things different in 2026, if we're not going to do things different in this next 5, we're wasting time. We are wasting time if we're not going to do things different. I got another couple of minutes with you. I see the Mohammeds are challenging their extradition orders and the law amendments in the High Court. I see a seizure of one of the vehicles belonging to the Mohammeds family. I see the arrest of my photographer, Q-Man. Yes, I did see that. The arrest of my photographer. I got to look into that. Yeah, there's some good photographers. And on the eve of Christmas, on the eve of Christmas, I gotta look into this. Gotta look into it. Eve of Christmas. Right? I saw an allegation that a certain accountant, right, charged in a high-profile firearm case, says he was robbed. He's alleging he was robbed by Kanu officers. He was robbed by Kanu officers during the course of his arrest. And I see a number of families also crying out, grieving this Christmas because of the death of loved ones. And not only the death, the manner of the death. Right? One mother, Denise Josiah, says she continues to struggle emotionally following the disappearance of her son, TJ Roxroy Prince. Since December 2022, another mother, Bibi Shanaz, says that she marked Christmas 2025 grieving the loss of her son, Matthew Zaman, who died after years of disability resulting from a traffic accident. So families, even this Christmas, are dealing with a lot. They're dealing with a lot. I want to leave the extent of our check-in to those issues this morning. Peace and goodwill to all men at this time of year is tremendously important. And that's why we're taking a little easy. But it's not only for this year. I agree with what Starbuck News said in its editorial today. It must be every day of the year that we have it in our power to make the lives of our citizens radically different from what it is 6 years after we have begun earning money from our oil resources. And then we got gas that can be kicking in and all the other resources we have in our country. Every citizen should be living their best lives. But that's only happening for a few. And we got to change that. Thanks for being here with us, checking in with us this morning. We send our love to your families all around the world where you folks tune into us from. Share the live before you go. Smash that emoji button as well. We're going to see you guys on the next podcast. That's our time. And that's our program. That's our check-in for today. Stay safe.